What is going on, folks? It is Rigor Mortis. We are back with yet another video. In this one, we are going to talk about my top three SPAC picks right now. If I had to choose three SPACs that I am the most interested in, these would be the three. If you're new around here, please subscribe. I make these stock videos for you guys, and I love making them. Drop a comment down below, and a thumbs up is always most appreciated. The very first one we're going to talk about, and my favorite SPAC play right now, is Tuscan Holdings, ticker symbol THCB. If you haven't heard already, this company is set to merge with Microvast, which is a battery company. And as we all know, the EV market right now is very hot. And with that, we are going to need a lot of batteries in the near and long term future. So, Tuscan Holdings is a company that's going to merge with Microvast. Microvast is this great battery company. It's better than a lot of battery plays right now, in my opinion. If you haven't heard already, please go out, do some research on Microvast. You guys know what this is. I tell you guys the plays that I'm interested in, but I always want you guys to go out and do your own research. I just give you guys a little bit of a taste so you guys can go out, do your own research, and be a more informed investor. THCB is a great play right now. I want to keep something in mind though. All we have when it comes to this play is a letter of intent with them and Microvast to merge. I think as soon as we have a definitive agreement that this merger is going to go through, this stock is going to absolutely skyrocket. I think for my short-term price targets, I'm looking anywhere between $25 and $30 as soon as we have that definitive agreement. And of course, people are going to start taking profits once we get to those prices. But I think this is still a great play. I want this one to be on your guys' radar. Now, we had this crazy price action this week. We had these crazy highs where we went up to $17, and now we're sitting at $15.89. So we did see some pretty big highs this week. For $17.40 just earlier this morning, and then we had this about 10% pullback. And this is just based off of the letter of intent, guys. That's why this stock is so hyped up right now. It's a SPAC without a definitive agreement that's already sitting at almost $16. So whenever you see things like this, you know that people are going to start taking profits. So whenever it climbs to new highs, people are going to take profits and look for re-entry when it comes to this, because they know that that huge run up isn't going to happen until we hear definitive news. So I want to keep this one on your guys' radar. Make sure you're looking out for it. If you haven't entered already, look for entry points. If you can get this thing somehow below $13, which I think is very possible, not probable, but possible, and I think you'll be in good shape. If a definitive agreement comes out, then you're just going to have to look for entry during the SPAC volatility between the definitive agreement date and the merger date, which, can always happen when it comes to SPACs. So always look for a point of entry for this one. If your cost basis is really high, always look to average down on the dips, because that's what I'll be doing. I really like this play. I want more shares of this. I'm just waiting for the opportunity, and I think below the $14 to $15 mark is where I'll start trying to add more shares of this one. Number two, VGAC is the ticker symbol. The SPAC is VG Acquisition Corp. Now, when it comes to this SPAC, guys, I really like it. I like this play. We are betting, or not betting, but we are investing in a man when it comes to this play. We are investing in Richard Branson. As you all know, he's a multi-billionaire. He's a very wise and smart investor who is a part of the Virgin Group, most namely Virgin Galactic. This guy has big things planned for VGAC. We don't have a letter of intent. We have no news, no rumors, nothing. All we have is just a little bit of speculation. People are thinking that this SPAC is going to allow either Virgin Orbit, Virgin Hyperloop, or Envision, a Formula One racing team that specializes in EV cars, to go public. So those are kind of the speculations right now, but nothing definitive yet. So this one might tie up your money for a little bit, but as soon as we get even an inkling of news when it comes to this SPAC, this thing is going to absolutely take off, because people really do believe in Richard Branson. Because as you see, this thing is sitting at $12 right now, and there's absolutely no news when it comes to trying to get into this play. Honestly, these are absolutely fine prices to be getting into this play right now. This is one that might lock up your money for as long as it takes for some news to come out. But once the news does come out, it's going to absolutely take off, in my opinion. So I say keep this one on your radar as well. Just know that Richard Branson's up to big things when it comes to VGAC. Last but not least, what I think is probably the most surefire out of the group, this is Foley Acquisition Corp, This is ticker symbol BFT, and if you haven't heard already, this SPAC is set to merge with PaySafe, allowing them to go public. PaySafe is a leader when it comes to all things online payments. You think of PayPal and Square as kind of their competition as of right now. They're kind of combining those two companies into one, but their market cap is obviously much going to be and is much smaller than a PayPal or a Square. I think that this stock has big things coming for it. We already have a definitive agreement with PaySafe, so we know that that's going to happen as long as all the votes go through, which they usually do. So I think that this stock has a very, very bright future. And I think that as of right now, it is, if you haven't started a position on in this SPAC just yet, then I say start a small position just so to guarantee that you don't lose out and try to average down on the dips. I started a position in this SPAC, but I want more shares. I started it pretty early, a couple of days ago, but I want more shares of this. So I'll be looking to buy in on the dips just like I am with THCB. These are three SPACs that I'm really interested in, folks. If you guys don't know already about them, please go out and do your research. What I want you guys to look up, THCB, I want you to go ahead and look into Microvast, the battery company. For VGAC, if you don't know who Richard Branson is, I want you guys to go out and do some research on Richard Branson and all the plays that he's been a part of in the past. And BFT, if you don't know about PaySafe, please go out and do some research on PaySafe. I want to know, what are your guys' three most favorite SPACs? These are my three. If you guys have a three favorite SPAC list, please drop it down in the comment section below. If not, then drop me your one most favorite SPAC. That's what I want to hear from you guys today. As always, please leave a thumbs up on this video. And if you're new around here, I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribed. I'm really interested in these three SPACs. I think they all three of them have very bright futures, but I want to know what you guys have to say about them. I appreciate you guys watching. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.